Good evening, everyone. I want to jump online here and post this video. This is supposed to go alongside the post I just did on the Rebel Reboot page regarding goals, okay? So I really want you to watch this video before you complete that exercise. I'm talking about the post that has the quote about being one step closer toward the goal tomorrow, okay? So I want to talk about the difference between outcomes and behavior-based goals because we want both, really, but we really need both of them. So I'm going to talk through the differences between those two. And one thing I really want everyone to realize is that change doesn't just happen, right? Change is a skill. And like all skills, you have to practice it. And that goes for really any kind of change or anything you're learning to do. We have to practice. So to make big changes, which I know many of you are wanting to make big changes in the body and in the way you're eating and the nutrition, you have to put in a lot of small, consistent daily actions. So the behaviors that you're doing are the only thing that we actually have control over. The behaviors are what depends on you. You are the one who chooses your actions and you're the one responsible for that, right? So life is pretty unpredictable. We can't always predict the outcome of things, and we can't control everything surrounding us and the world we live in, right? We know this. So you may have a really strong plan and you may know exactly what you want, but when it rains, it rains. That's just the fact of the matter. So, that those plans can be ruined sometimes just because we can't control the outcome. So I want to talk about the pieces that we can control here. So maybe you have an overall goal, you want to lose weight. Maybe there's a number you have in mind. Fine. Maybe your overall goal is I want to be eating well, I want to, stay active. You can't exactly control how your body is going to react as you're working toward that goal. You can't lose 20 pounds on command, right? You can't control the outcome. So yes, we have those goals. Many of us have some great goals. I'm not saying we can't achieve those goals, but we can't control the outcome. So what can we control? We can control the behaviors that lead toward the outcome, right? So this is what I mean by outcomes versus behavior-based goals. So behavior goals are how you're going to get there, and they give you an action plan. Outcomes are what you want, but they don't tell you what to do, right? So goals are great. It's great to have those outcome-based goals in mind. But what I truly am interested in and what you are truly interested in here is your behavior-based goals. So let me give you a couple of examples to just show the difference here. So examples of outcome goals include I want to lose 10 pounds, okay? Another outcome goal may be I want to run a 5K in 23 minutes. Another example would be I want to squat X amount of pounds, or I want to squat 1 times my body weight, or something like that, right? So then let's look at the flip side, the behavior-based goals. So in order to run that 5K, my behavior-based goals are I'm going to run 20 minutes 3 days a week leading up to that race. Okay, and then throughout that, I'm going to gradually increase the distance I'm running by increasing my speed each week. So I have 6 weeks. I'm going to run 3 times for 20 minutes for 6 weeks. Week 1, I'm going to run this fast. Week 2, I'm going to run this fast. And then you see where I'm going. This is a behavior-based goal. Okay, let's talk about losing the 10 pounds. That's your outcome. The behavior-based goal is I am going to practice eating slowly at every meal. Or I am going to be compliant 5 out of 7 days for the next 5 weeks. So those are two different examples of behavior-based goals. A commitment to do a specific set of actions or tasks that lead to the outcome you want. Very clear guidelines. You know what you're going to do. Behavior goals are things that you can do consistently and regularly. And this is a big reason that I made that post yesterday about the accountability list, right? This is the list of things you want to do, and it's a number divided by 7 days in the week. So I think I posted an example earlier this evening of what my list looks like this week. I want to go to strength train 5 out of 7 days. I want to get 1 out of 7 days of yoga. I want to get 3 cardio out of 7 days, and I want to track macros. I can't remember if I put 5 or 6. I'll have to review my list. 5 or 6 out of the 7 days this week. This is why we're doing those accountability lists, because this is a way of practicing behavior-based goals. So, behavior goals are supposed to be small, manageable tasks. They don't have to be a complete overhaul of what you're already doing. These don't need to be a life-changing goal. They can lead to those bigger goals and those outcomes, but we need to think about something that we can do right now, here, and today. So forget for just a second that big goal and think about the behavior goals or behavior-based goals that you can do right now. So make a list, okay? And I'll post these questions in the comments. I've also included them in the post about goals that I just made, but I want you to write down a list. So start with the big outcome you want, because we need to recognize and acknowledge that big outcome or that big goal. Then I want you to list, number 1, this month I will, and fill in the blank, and something that leads you toward that outcome. So number 1, this month I will. Number 2, this week I will. And then number 3, today I will. So this is giving you a really set list of action items that you can achieve in a specific time period. This is behavior-based goals. So this maps what you're going to do, and then check in at the end of each time period. So after a month, check in and say, did I do whatever you filled in as the blank? Check in at the end of the week. Was I compliant in what I was trying to achieve for the week? Same with each day. So assess, and then notice if you did or did not meet that goal. Do you need to adjust something? Maybe you just need to become more self-aware, and what is holding you back? Let's recognize that and acknowledge it, right? One thing with behavior-based goals is I really recommend clients to under-promise and over-deliver. Okay, so set very realistic goals here. Start small so that you can be successful, because when you feel successful, you're going to want to continue and keep going. And we're starting up week 3 here. We're in day 2 of week 3, and it's starting to get hard to stay motivated. And I understand that. I acknowledge that. So I want you to feel successful by setting very realistic behavior-based goals. If you have any questions, let me know. Please read the posts, answer these questions. You can journal them, you can share them in the group, whatever your style is. If you want to email them to me, that's cool too. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. See ya.